Hi guys, my name is Sabrina from Sabrina the Teenage Reader. So welcome to a new Reviews Day Tuesday video in which I'm going to be talking about a book that I've been liking recently. The book that I'm going to be talking about this week is Calloustown by George Singleton. You probably haven't heard about this before. It's an adult short story anthology that takes place in the fictional town of Calloustown in the South. And the reason why, and I know this is not the kind of book I usually talk about, guys, because I usually talk about young adults and about like really cheesy YA stuff, you know, but I'm talking about this because I had the pleasure of meeting the author here in my school because we read the book and they gave him an award and I got to meet him and that was pretty cool. He's actually a really funny guy. He's like that cool uncle that you want to have in all those family reunions because no matter what he says, he'll be hilarious. He also signed this copy of this book, even though it's not mine. He signed it for the guy who lent it to me, Sebastian. Thank you, Sebastian, for lending me this book. And but he also signed a post-it note that said that I was his favorite Honduran. I enjoyed it so much that when I met George Singleton, I told him, "Hey, dude, here's my card." I didn't actually call him dude, but let's go with that. I was like, "I like your book and I want to talk about it in my YouTube channel." And he was like, "Cool." And I gave him my card. And then I realized, oh, I make a lot of, you know, young adult, really weird YouTube videos. What is he gonna think about that? So I got an email from him a week later that he watched, out of all the videos that he could have watched, he watched the one in which I'm talking about my 5 top book boyfriends. And he was like, "Oh, I love it because it's so self-deprecating," and I know that it was like, and he also called me the Honduran Tina Fey, which I found really encouraging, and I love that. I'm just gonna use that as my slogan now. If you agree, comment down below because I'm totally the Honduran Tina Fey. Now talking about this book, I gave this book 4.5 out of 5 stars because I really enjoyed it. I think it's a book that portrays the reality of our existence and the condition of the humanity. Wow, so deep, so well. Because when I read YA, I've been tired of all these narrators who are so, like, you know, Mary Sue, they're so perfect, and I really don't feel like I'm talking or witnessing the story of a real person. However, when I read all these short stories that are taking place in the voices and in the minds of different characters in the city, I can see it happening. I can see this whole city happening through the eyes of these characters. I can see their flaws and I can see their strengths, and I can see that these people have some kind of drive to keep on living and fighting. And I doubt that you intended that, George, but that's what I got from here. And I like this book so much because the voices are so powerful and strong, and I like how they reveal things about the characters. And this is a thing that George Singleton talked, but his stories are more voice driven than plot driven, and I found that really interesting because I've noticed that a lot of people rely more on action rather than like the consciousness of the person, and I found that a really interesting experience. Another thing that I know that a lot of people like this book is because the level of absurdity that you can see in this book is, oh my god, this book will make you so uncomfortable in a good way because there's so many uncomfortable and awkward situations that happen, and they're also realistic, and there are things that you really expect in the normal world, some not, but some yes. But there's always some level of peculiarity and eccentricity that surrounds each character or some characters in these stories, and I found that really cool. I found it relatable. I found it really sad and depressing, and I hope my adult life is not like this because we're gonna have some problems if my adult life is like this. Even though they're short stories, they keep me thinking about what happens before and after the story and these characters because I find them so interesting, and I think that's a good element for a short story to have, to keep you on thinking what could happen or would happen or what happened. I don't know, that didn't even make sense. I really recommend this book if you're looking for some adult books that are funny or take place in the South, contemporary. I would also say that if you are not mature of age, I don't know how to describe it. It has some really raunchy themes, so I don't want you, like any 12-year-olds, you know, reading this. because that wouldn't be nice. I know that George Singleton would be okay with it, but I am good to the children, George. I will put some links down below so you can check the book out. I hope that you will enjoy it, and thank you, George, for checking out my videos and finding me hilariously self-deprecating. And you know, if you ever want to come back to Shreveport, you should be in my radio show because that would be hilarious. So don't forget to check out my 2-year giveaway video for $20 in the book depository, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because if you're watching this and you don't subscribe, I'll find you and I will kill you. And George Singleton probably will write a story about it. I would make a great short story, George Singleton. Think about it. You have really good material here, which is kind of sad and depressing, but, you know, I challenge you to write a short story about me. Oh god, I'm scared. I regret that decision already. Anyways, thank you for watching and happy reading. Bye!